Welcome to the Work in Process podcast. Thank you so much for joining me again on this episode. And with me in this recording space is my very good friend and brother, Excel. Let me call his full name. It's actually my brother, Emiola Excel. He's having an amazing time. He has been with me in Iwo for about 3-4 days now.
Yeah, for
I've taken him around Bowen. He's doing a lot about video journaling and documentation. Aside Bowen, he has done a lot of stuff like that. You can check out his Instagram page
Yeah.
and probably listen to the other episode that we did where he spoke a lot about why he's doing this video journaling stuff and documenting his process and his journey.
Yeah.
So we had to break it actually so that people can listen to that separately in under 30 minutes. That's what I want to do now. And then we can now talk about other things on another section, other episodes of the podcast. So you're welcome to the Work in Process podcast.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Yep. So when you're talking about the video journaling and documentation stuff, you were like one of the reasons why you started this journey of documenting your process, your experience day to day and writing stuff down was to build a level of self-awareness.
Yeah.
You wanted to be conscious of your emotions, conscious of your feelings.
Yeah.
Why? Why do you think it's important? Or what is the reason for wanting to be more self-aware? Yeah.
Yeah. Being conscious of my emotions, being conscious of the way I feel is very important because who we truly are is what we feel. Who we truly are is what we perceive. Who we truly are is how we react. I tell people around me something that when I meet a person, there are some words that when used for me, it gives me a level of understanding of the person you are. So that means even your dressing, even your hairstyle, even your beauty, because I like to appreciate beautiful people. Yeah, very nice, very nice. Even your beauty, to me, do not in total define who you truly are. So when I speak with people, I ask questions enough to know more than the outer look. And who we truly are is who we are within. It's never it is not really about the external. I tell you, not really about the external. And I had to tell myself that because there was a time when I've never shared this really on any platform before, but there was a time when I was thinking I am a quiet guy. I can't really be heard, but I can just be there. My face don't need to be shown. The backstage guy. No, I told myself different, and that was from a level of insecurity. I was insecure. I was like, I'm not like these Korean fresh guys.
Yeah.
I'm not like this Justin Bieber.
Yeah. So you felt like there was no need to put yourself out there since you are not that kind of person.
I'm not them. They are the one built for it. I'm not. I'm not these guys. So I was suffering from insecurity, but that also came from the fact that I was not self-aware. I didn't know. I thought who you truly are is your external future. What the system, the society accepts. Oh, if you say I'm not beautiful, that is not who I am. But then when you tell me that was who I am. But now I've gotten more understanding and more light to understand that who people really are is from within and not the external future. And that has given me a level of confidence, a level of boldness that I don't know, I can't even measure it. I can't measure it, but I know it's very high. So that's why when I speak to people, I don't care how you might feel. This guy is not fresh, he's not a fresh guy.
Yeah.
But I just know there's a level of confidence that comes from being aware of what you're capable of doing.
Yeah.
So I tell people, I say, when I get to a space, I influence. When I get to a space, I tell my classmates something. And when they listen to me, they feel like this guy is just some of them might feel like it's pride. Why some people might feel like it is him. Like this is his nature. like I said, I never enter a space with the hope or with the conviction that some people already hate me. Many people feel like they are meant to be hated,
Mm.
but they don't know. Like, once you just look at me, don't see the way he looked at me,
Mm.
like that means he hates me.
Mm.
But I'm never moved by that. I feel like, who are you to hate me?
Mm.
Like, you can't hate me because I know who I
Yeah.
am.
Yeah.
I know what I carry that you need.
Yeah.
So you can't hate me. So I never walk into a space and say that these people hate me.
Mm.
I will interact with you to the level where you will, whatever you think you have about me, you will come to that. This guy is actually a cool guy.
Yeah.
So I never. So, and that's from a place of self-awareness and understanding.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow, that's awesome. That's awesome. So, what do you think is the problem with people in our generation in terms of self-awareness? Do you believe that one of the reasons why people are just conforming to whatever system they are and believing whatever they are asked to believe is because they are not self-aware or they are not conscious of their feelings and emotions?
Okay. You asked two questions. His first one was,
Okay.
Say.
Like my first question is that, like, what do you think like is the problem
Yeah.
of this generation? Do you think the reason why we believe what we are asked to believe and the reason why we conform to the system is because we are not self-aware? And also, do you think that this lack of self-awareness has resulted in people just how would I put it now, accepting whatever it is the community gives to them or the system throws to them? I think it's still the same question, but
Yeah.
probably I'm just wording it differently because I don't write down the questions I'm going to ask. I just have a conversation.
So what do I think is the problem?
Yeah, of self-awareness in our generation.
Self-awareness in our generation. I think it's too much information.
Woo!
I think it's too much information. The world tends to give you too much information about you. When you have very little of information. When you have very little of information about you. So there is internet, there is social media, there are different things that gives you too much information about you. And information defeats information. So if I know very little about me, if you tell me more about me, I throw away the little I know about me and accept the one you know about me. So many people know very little about themselves.
Yeah.
That the society tells them
About
more about themselves, which is not really them. But the society gives them more. So too much information is one of the reasons why people are not self-aware.
Yeah.
And that's the problem. That's one of the core. Too much information. So many people don't take time to unload more information into themselves.
Yeah. Yeah.
That even when the society gives them information, they tell,
Yeah.
"Oh, I think I have more knowledge about myself than you can tell me about myself."
Yeah.
So that's the problem with.
So what do you think is the solution to that? Okay, fine, video journaling, documentation, and all those kind of things. But what do you think? What advice, rather, would you give somebody, probably your coursemate or a friend of yours, that is battling with identity?
All right.
What advice will you give that kind of person in this kind of generation that we are, where too much of information on social media, everybody is trying to be like somebody. Nobody is trying to know who they are. Just trying to be like somebody because you believe everybody likes that person. So if I am like that person, everybody is going to like me. What advice will you give somebody like that?
Okay, the advice I will give somebody like that is segregate yourself from the crowd. No, the true meaning of identity is, out of 100 white balls, there is one orange ball. That's the true meaning of identity. And how that there can be an orange ball meant that the process through with the white balls went through.
Yeah.
Was not the same process the orange ball went through. So what could make a ball white is a particular maybe machine or a paint. But the orange ball took a different direction. So that's the true meaning of identity to me. That out of many white balls, there is one orange ball. So one of the ways we advise anybody that is going through this, if you are listening to this podcast right now and you are suffering from identity, try to spend more time with yourself. Leave the crowd. Leave as many group you can. especially the groups that are not even helping you in
In the
whatever way.
first place, yeah.
Yeah. So try to separate yourself. Just try.
Mm-hmm.
Find time every day. Every day. Don't let a day pass where you are not like where you won't have a time for yourself.
Mm.
So create a time every day for yourself and spend time with yourself. That might sound crazy,
Mm-hmm.
but spend time with yourself.
Yourself, yeah.
And one thing I will not ignore, even in this podcast, is spend time with God. Is the manufacturer of the product.
Shakatabaradaba.
So spend time with God is the manufacturer of the product. And I
Yeah.
think the more you spend time with God, the more you spend time with yourself.
Mm, mm, mm.
So
Because the more time you spend with God, the more of yourself God begins to reveal about
review,
you.
yeah,
Mm.
yeah. So don't let a day pass without you not spending time
Time
with
with God,
yourself.
yeah.
I think
Yeah.
that's the problem. Many people don't know they are actually looking for identity,
Yeah.
but they are trying to like be in different groups, join this group and join that group, join this group, join that group, and each groups are giving their opinion.
About you.
So you're just a plain. Do you know what I call this? I tell people some people are plain canvas
Mm.
and are free to be painted upon
By anybody.
by anybody. They're just
Yeah.
plain canvas.
Yeah.
So don't be a plain canvas.
Mm.
Paint you.
Mm. It's just like someone used to say, if you don't define yourself, other people will define you.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. So don't be a plain canvas. Many people are plain canvas. Just walking from one group to another group to another
Trying to
group.
look for their image, their
Yeah.
identity.
Yeah.
And the real person or the real being,
Yeah.
the supreme being, the sovereign being,
Yeah.
that actually gave us identity, because he told Jeremiah, I said, before I formed you in your mother's womb, I knew you.
Yeah.
I have ordained you to be a prophet to nations. That's
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
God is the manufacturer.
Mhm.
And that's why the Bible also says we are God's handiwork. We are God's masterpiece. That's, I think, Ephesians chapter 2, verse 10. We are God's masterpiece, and he has created us to do a work, good work that he has predestined for us. So God knows you, he knows about you. You should be spending more time with God through his word and through meditation and all those kind of beautiful stuff than spending time trying to look for a group that will talk
That's
about
true.
you and stuff like
That's
that.
true.
Let me ask you a final question and I'll give you the floor. I am your cosmate. Teach me about self-confidence. Because I know you talk about self-confidence a
Yeah,
lot.
yeah,
So teach me about
self-confidence.
self-confidence. I am your friend. I came to your room. Actually, I want to be confident. Teach me.
Okay. Before I teach you self-confidence, like okay, before let me say before I teach you self-confidence, I will tell you what is not confidence. Should I tell you what's not confidence?
Mm.
Confidence is not confidence is not position. It's not being the head. Confidence is not being the talkative. Confidence is not wearing the suit and the waistcoat. Confidence is not wearing the Nike shoes. Confidence is not looking beautiful. Confidence is not looking enticing. Confidence is not having a good job. Confidence is not having a certificate, academic academic certificate. Confidence is not having a religion.
Mm.
Confidence is not confidence is not confidence
It's not money.
is not money. Yeah. So there are many other things I can say confidence is not. But I think if you are listening to that now, there are many things you've thought confidence was that I've counted. So if you can cross those things off your list, that confidence is not,
Mm.
now you will ask me what is truly confidence.
Mm.
I will tell somebody listening to me, check it out, look for it anywhere. If you think your confidence should be built from out in, the confidence won't last. If you think your confidence should be built extrinsically, it won't last. Do you know where true confidence is built? It's built from in out.
Mm.
So whatever thing externally that will make you feel confident can also make you feel
Less confident.
less confident. That's why I say confidence is not money. Confidence is not your dressing. Confidence is not the shoes you wear. Confidence is not the brand you wear. Confidence is not, it's not the certificate you have. Every of those things have one thing in common. They are all external things. So confidence is finding self-confidence, because I like how you put that word self-confidence. And self-confidence is the strongest type of confidence anybody can have.
Yeah.
Any other confidence you can bring across that start from self-confidence. So the wealthy guys we know, the rich guys we know, the successful guys we know have one thing in common: self-confidence. So what's self-confidence? Self-confidence is as simple as it is. It's being confident in myself. That's self-confidence. Okay, people say, that's so simple. Do you know what self-confidence is again? Self-confidence is being confident in what I'm capable of doing. Self-confidence is being confident in what I have the ability to do. Self-confidence is being confident in what I've been equipped to do. So how do you raise your self-confidence? By finding what you are capable to do and doing it well. See, there is nothing you do very well to the maximum that won't boost your confidence to a particular level. As long as that is what you do,
Yeah.
and you know you are capable of doing those things,
Yeah.
I know that is truly you. That is where your self-confidence arises from. And that's why some people that they are confident enough to sing on a stage, but when it's time to speak, they can't speak. So their self-confidence came from what they know very well, which is singing. So when it's time to sing, they are very, very, very confident. But when you tell them, okay, speak, what is your point about this? They can't really speak. They look very shy and timid.
Yeah.
So now, once you can discover that your confidence comes from what you do passionately and genuinely, now to be confident in other things, transcribe that thing that you do into other things. So that means see speaking as singing, see writing as singing. So that feeling you get from singing, transfer it into other work you do. I bet it with you become confident. So self-confidence is finding that thing that you do uniquely, genuinely, and you process it so well and do it so well. Just do it so well. Just be
And you
good
now
at it.
transfer the feeling of
Yeah.
doing that one thing so well to
Yeah.
what you are having difficulties with. But
Yeah.
do you think that is easy?
Um,
Because you made it sound so easy.
yes, it's easy. It's easy. I think because we think it's hard, that is why we don't. That's why we see less self-confident people, because we think it's hard. Because if it is for you, why is it hard?
Okay, like for example, someone is very good in writing. Person writes
Mm.
maybe articles, books, and stuff like that. And the person is not good in speaking.
Mm.
And the person got maybe, let's say, their first speaking gig.
Mm.
And the person is trying to build confidence.
Mm.
Do you think it's that easy for the person to now transfer the feeling they get when they are writing to speaking in front of 5,000 people?
Yeah.
When they are writing, they're just writing in their room,
Mm.
and they release the book, and like 15,000 people in the world loves the
Mm.
book, and now they want to speak in front of 15,000 people. Do you think it is that easy to transfer the feeling?
Okay, it is not easy, but it will be more easy if, for instance, now if that speaking that you are doing is not going to relate to your writing, it will be very hard. But if it is necessary for you to have a good communication skills, to get your natural gifted capacity to be known to the world,
Yeah.
then it will be more easy.
Mm.
So firstly, it is very wrong to try to make things that you don't do naturally. Make yourself just do them. I feel it's not even right.
Yeah.
So if those things won't relate back to who you truly are, then there is no point. For instance, now people say good communicators are great leaders. So communication is a criteria for whatever I'm doing. So even though I'm going to be doing this, I must have a good communication skill, whatever way or the other.
Yeah.
So if what I'm doing is relating to, if me wanting to communicate well is going back to the fact that I'm good at writing, it will be easier for me to communicate well.
Yeah.
Because you understand that this is my life.
Yeah.
I do it or I don't do it.
Yeah.
So that is what I have to say about that. So if it's not related with whatever you are doing, there's no
There's
point
no
doing
point
it
in trying.
because you will try and you won't get it done.
Yeah.
But if it's relating back
Yeah.
to the reason for instance now, I make shoes. I'm good at making shoes. What's the point of me making shoes? I'm the only one that wear the shoes. So I need to learn some business skills.
Yeah.
So even though I hate business, but the fact that I'm relating it back to my passion,
Yeah.
I must learn business.
Yeah. So what you're saying is find something you do so well
Yeah,
and let that thing be the driving force of every other thing you do.
yeah,
If it's that you sing so well,
yeah,
and anything you do as it relates to singing, like maybe you want to sell tickets, create brands and stuff. You want to say
yeah.
something?
I want to say something. So there's somebody right here now. I'm sure about this. Yes, you, that boy or that girl, listening to this now, you are saying, but I don't have anything. I can't do anything. I can't do anything. What can I do? That is why go and listen to the first episode, self-awareness. I think the society have defined what doing is to us. Many people feel like doing is very physical,
Yeah.
but doing is more mental than even physical.
Mm.
So if you are not self-aware, you will not know what you're capable of doing.
Yeah.
And don't ever think that doing is always physical. Sometimes
Yeah.
doing is very mental.
Yeah. Like we're talking about in the mid before we got to started recording this episode.
Yeah.
I mean, where I was saying, I feel like I'm doing much better on the podcast than the earlier days of the podcast.
Yeah.
But if I didn't do,
Mm-hmm.
I will not be what I am today or doing what I am today.
Yeah.
So today I can actually look for anybody, sit down and have a very beautiful conversation with them for 2-3 hours, and I'll be the one asking the questions, and I don't even need to prepare questions.
Yeah.
It's much easier for me to do in that manner. So if
Yeah.
I begin to channel that interest of, let me say, passion now in wanting to have a podcast and just talk to people about the process, I can begin to channel it into book writing and
Mhm.
become, I can say I'm not a writer, but people like, you're an amazing writer.
Yeah.
Then I can still channel it into speaking. And
Yeah.
oh, you speak so well.
Yeah.
Then I can also still channel it into, maybe if I want to do seminars and
Yeah.
stuff like, oh, I love the way you organize your seminars and all.
Mhm.
So it's all about finding one thing that you do and you do so well, and
Yeah.
then transferring the feeling of doing that thing to every other thing that you do.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. So thank you so much for encouraging a lot of people.
Yeah.
That boy and that girl that you were talking about,
I hope this
go,
helps the person.
go and subscribe to the to the podcast so that you can actually learn more about self-awareness, self-confidence, and all those amazing
I'm sorry,
stuff.
like,
Yeah.
I feel even this episode that we're recording right now,
Mhm.
many people will have questions with it. And if you have a question, please just go right to the comments. I think there's comments.
Yeah, there's
Yeah, go right and just ask your question, because many people, society have given us definition of some things that
Yeah.
are wrong.
Yeah.
So if there is anything I've said that you feel like you don't process,
Yeah.
I think ask yourself truly, what's the definition of the word that I said?
Mhm. And also you can follow him on Instagram and
Yeah.
ask him directly so that I can deal with you directly. I would check the comments obviously, and I would be looking for a means to reply you, but sometimes to respond to a comment on the podcast, I can't type as long as, so I'd rather you come to my DM.
Yeah.
So you can check out Excel's journey.
Yeah, exactly.
Send him a DM on Instagram. Check me out on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Some people say I'm too young for Facebook, but I'm there. You'll find me there. So it's amazing. I'm actually enjoying myself. I feel so chilled and comfortable
Me too.
doing this. So thank you so much for doing this podcast episode with me. At least another episode has been successfully recorded. So I'll see you guys on the next one. Keep practicing these things. Keep practicing them. You don't get better at something if you don't practice. Keep practicing them. Keep doing.
Yeah.
Keep doing. The more you do, the more you see. The more you
Mhm.
do, the more you learn.
Mhm.
Okay, do this better. I have a lot of people that made a lot of corrections to my episodes on the previous, like first batch of podcasts.
Yeah.
And today I'm doing much more better. I'm saying things like actually less.
Mm.
You know what I mean by that? I'm doing less.
I get.
So it's because I've been doing. I'm just doing, and stuff like that. So thank you so much for listening to this episode, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.